Yo, what is good, my anime faithful? What is good, yo? Holy crap. I definitely misjudged how hyped this episode might have got, and I apologize for getting it to you so late. Fire Force, my god. Um, can we just say that even though even though this episode was supposed to be about someone else shining, our main character still found a way to look uncool and cool at the same time. How you do that, I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. But he pulled it off somehow this week, and I was absolutely dying seeing that. Not only did he pretty much shake and like break at the sight of the person, or at least the type of inferno that, you know, did all these bad things to his family. Once he gets like even an inkling of seeing him, he just kind of loses it, right? Like he has truly no fight left in him, which is actually pretty sad to see, just simply off of how you know someone has been scarred, for time and time to come. It only takes a certain type of moment or a certain type of act, like reaction, to give us that true sight of like fear and sight of actually just not knowing if they can do anything about a situation that they could handle, maybe if they weren't so stuck on what their mind is telling them. Because at this point, Arthur and him are pretty close, like evenly matched, so he might not have been able to do much, but he would at least been able to defend himself like he did wind up doing after he came to. So stuff like that kind of interested me, when you just kind of think about how much trauma and stuff like that could really take a good, ridiculously strong fighter out of the game quite easily. And we see it not only with this character, but I feel like the captain of the 7th also had a little bit of this delay too, with his experience and knowing that he didn't handle the situation last time. So he's kind of just expecting, or wants someone else, or he wants the person that handled it last time to do it again. And to be fair, he feels like he isn't even. Where are you going, girl? She he feels like he's not even really the end all be all and stuff. Like he feels like he's not even the captain until this moment, until he really just gets to shine and show everybody that, hey, I haven't been the captain this whole time, and I feel like right now is the time that he's truly accepting not even just the captain role, but the leader of this whole entire town. So there's that, which I think now that he's going to be like this, and I hope he doesn't drink sake that much, because his smile is actually not the best. Look, everybody says his smile is kind of off-putting, right? Like it doesn't feel right. But overall, we definitely have some amazing new characters to be looking forward to the future too. Even seeing one of his techniques truly not like breaking through, and then go ahead and doing another one by his not his I was gonna say his teacher for some reason, but from the person that truly had a technique that could change a lot of how the fight was happening. He wanted to use it, and by using it, it absolutely shatters through the defenses of this demon, which kind of puts into more perspective on why he was capable of winning in the first place, So I do look forward to seeing what Fire Force has to show us, because just look at this week's episode, right? Absolutely phenomenal in the animation. The actual like choreography wasn't that bad either, like of watching them like how the battle took place and how it actually turned out as a whole. All of that stuff was really well done, and that's the type of stuff that I'm looking forward to the most as the show progresses, because not only have we seen, a lot of what comes with, this show and the level of abilities and how fast people can get ridiculously strong and stuff like that. We've seen quite a bit of it, and we understand that this should be a learning point for our main character. Like, he should now understand that just because he's gotten some experience now, he's still not even capable of fighting his true fears, which was the demon with horns, so once he was actually put face to face with somebody that could have potentially been the person that did all this to you, you completely froze up and couldn't really do much. So it's one of those things where it's so clever, that there's still some growth and there's still some room for the main character to actually become better at what he's doing. And not only that, hearing more about his supposed flame that has been the reason for the fall of humanity and stuff like that, so there's a lot that they're still dabbling and, like, dancing around. So that's kind of one of the other things that I have hope for. It's just the fact that they give us that information, or they give us a well done uh, well done story, and if not, we get something that at least is remotely, worth watching at the end of the day. Because as of right now, a lot of people have been pretty heavy on this show, like in the case of just how they feel, and depending on how you feel, um, it all comes back down to how is the pacing, how is the actual character interaction, how are all those things for me. But for others, it might not be like that, right? Like, it just might not be the same once, or like those things don't really do anything for them, which makes sense. But for me, when you have pasting that feels good, or at least characters that you can relate to, that's awesome. But the fighting and, like, the way people are way stronger than certain like monsters or infernos or captains, whatever the case, that was the only thing that felt bad. And as of right now, it's kind of past that, right? Like, our main character's not just meeting anybody and absolutely just winning anymore. So that's one thing that they've already fixed, which I'm pretty happy about. So if that continues, I have no problem with Fire Force. I think it looks really amazing when they get down to the gritty, and at the same time, once you actually start getting to the plot of it, and you're looking at even supposedly the brother has the same ability as him, like they split it 50-50 or something. I'm just more and more curious to see what happens. So with all that being said, have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I am your boy, the Anime G, and I will definitely talk to you in the next one. So with that, peace.